Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! What's up? Welcome in Off the Bench 104.5 right here from the Raising Cane studio. Welcome in Friday morning. I think you just heard Taylor say a nasty morning. Rainy, wet. Where the heck did that come from? Hope everybody's safe out there. If you're driving to work, driving to school, whatever it is, make sure you stay safe. If it gets too extreme, maybe think about the flashers. No?
Don't do that.
Don't do that? It's illegal?
Nope.
Don't give them bad advice?
Nope.
All right. We don't love safety around, but it's okay.
We do. That's why we don't turn our flashers on.
And I got to tell you, I'm driving this morning. I didn't see anybody with them on. Clearly, they're listening and they've heard our grievances and they've chilled out.
Well, it was just rain. Like, it's got to be extremely impaired vision. But anyway, we don't need to get into that. I don't want to. Like, I took some licks around town, I think. You know, people stopping me saying, "Hey, what are y'all talking about?" You know, with the radio, it's a vulnerable position, right?
Yeah,
everything
for sure.
you do, your opinions, your thoughts, your looks are out there.
Bruh.
Like I told you this week, I've gotten a lot of thumbs up around about the mustache.
Really?
But then
Somebody thumbs down it.
when you give like bad takes, like putting your flashers on in the rain, you also get that kind of feedback as well. But anyway, be careful out there. It's nasty. We're still in January and it's like 70 degrees, which stinks. I was hoping when the rain came that it'd bring a cold front in, but it didn't. But we're here. And if you're looking to my right, I guess it'd be your left on the video, you do not see Jacob Hester. You see this cute little dog, Mrs. Kane, with her bandana. She's back co-hosting today. And we are off. Jacob Hester is off to, where is he at?
Peach
He's
Bowl.
at the Peach Bowl
Yeah.
today. That's right. He's in Atlanta covering the Peach Bowl, so he will be there. Of course, they got the game tonight, Indiana, Oregon, in a big matchup. Can it stand up? Can it compare to the game last night? I doubt it.
Good game last night.
Oh, my God. It delivered. It brought it. We will get into that game, certainly. Give you the deets of it. Talk about the highlights, how amazing it was. What a finish. But let's just
Vibe.
let's just vibe for a second. How we doing? How's everybody doing? I know it's the tripod, so
I know.
we got to step up.
And we're the better one.
We are the better one.
We asked the audience, and the audience decided that this tripod is the better tripod than when Jake is here.
Wasn't super close either. I think it was like
Objectively.
67,
And it's
Yeah.
not
68%.
particularly close.
It was a landslide.
It wasn't like 51-49 or anything.
I mean, like they definitely
was it,
weren't
like 80-20?
pandering to us.
I think it wound up being like 72, something like that, like at the end.
So what's up? How we doing? We ready? It's
Great.
Friday. Like it's our first full week back.
Yeah.
I think yesterday was my hump day. I was a little sleepy yesterday.
Yeah, you were.
But I'm out there today.
Yeah.
I didn't go to bed till like 12:30 last night.
Really?
I know.
So
Woke
that's
up-
what your deal is.
What?
You're just tired. You just don't look great. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's what your deal is. That's why you look so terrible this morning. No, we're good. No, I feel great. Yeah, like I said, yesterday was my hump day. A couple weeks like on vacation. Just working a couple weeks here or there. It's hard to get back. I'm sure everybody out there listening, if you're driving to work, you're kind of feeling the same. First 5-day work week in a couple of weeks. So we're here, but it's Friday, so we can kind of do whatever the hell we want, right?
I love it.
We'll talk some sports, talk a little life. We were just talking Interstellar.
I remember, we were talking about Interstellar, but I remembered what we were talking about before the show yesterday, that you were like, it was king cake flavors, because we were judging you for liking the plain ones.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, well, that's
I got an update on the Rouse's Dr. Pepper king
Oh,
cake. we
yeah,
were talking
true.
about.
You sent a
Tay-Tay
picture
got it.
of the Rouse's
I did.
Dr. Pepper king cake.
Yep.
And it looked amazing. Looked like nothing I've ever seen
Got
before.
to tell you, smelled really like smelled like just like Dr. Pepper. I didn't know if it was gonna have like a strong smell. It was good.
Sure.
Also, guys, I don't want y'all to treat me any differently. Okay, not a big deal. Cooked me some salmon last night.
Oh.
What?
Perfectly, I might add.
What?
In the oven?
Perfectly. Yeah, okay, so Matt, how do you cook salmon? This was a discussion yesterday because I like casually bring it up. Cassie's desk is right next to me. Alondra's walking by, and they were both like adamant that it had to be in the oven. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
He's gonna put it on the stove.
I was gonna like grill it on like the cast iron.
Oh, on the
cast iron.
Oh wait, okay, I didn't hear all that.
Yeah.
I thought he was just gonna put it like on
indoors.
the pan.
Yeah. It was just a bit on the cast iron, but Cassie and Alondra were adamant about baking it. Later, Musso goes, "What were they hounding you about?" I was like, "Oh, how to cook salmon." He goes, "Well, you got to bake it." I was like, "Okay, clearly this is the way to do it."
See, duh.
And honestly, guys, it came out great.
You baked it. Okay, you took the advice.
I did.
Okay, thank God.
What were they hounding you?
Believe it or not, I don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen. So I was like, okay, 3 different people separately said bake it. There's got to be something to it.
Okay. So,
Did you ask Victoria?
No, she never. She let me do it.
Okay. So you don't know your way around the kitchen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, let's back up. Make a mean grilled cheese.
Okay. Well, there's something to that.
One of the simpler things, but
The
we'll
simpler
take
things
it.
in life, you could probably cook a scrambled egg pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay. So you baked it. Did you put it like on a grate or anything, or directly on the pan?
I did the pan with
Like a
the
sheet pan?
just sheet pan.
Sheet pan, a little foil. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep, little foil action.
I've done it 2 ways. So of course the oven is the goat. That's the way. Actually, Lacey's been doing it in. We have like a little air fryer. It actually is pretty. The air fryer's been kind of nice.
That's what Kate said.
So it gives kind of like a convection type feel to it, and it like kind of crisps it up a little bit. It's really nice.
I love the air fryer. Problem is, I just feel like if I leave it in a minute long, it like destroys it.
Yeah.
It's like the air fryer, when done right, is perfect. Mm-hmm. But if it's just a little too long, it's done.
Mm-hmm. We got this air fryer that's like it's more like a little mini oven. It's not like traditional like the round air fryer that like slides in like a tray and you slide it back in. You know what I'm talking about? It's got like the handle on it's like a drawer basically.
It's almost like a toaster oven.
Yeah, kind of like So the one we have is kind of like a toaster oven, and it's like a little mini oven, and it's versatile as hell. It's killing it. But I've also done salmon on flames outside on my egg. So I have an egg, and like you get it like
the green egg.
Yeah, so you like if I've gone to like got like the big slab of like a side of salmon, so it's not like the fillets, like a big slab, and just season it up, put a lot of lemon juice on it, and get the flames like smoking hot. So like those eggs, you can get them up to like 700-800 degrees over the flames, and just like 30 seconds on each side, boom.
Ooh.
It's pretty great.
I did 10, took it out, flipped it over, 10 more. It's great. Cassie said like 7 to 8 minutes. Mine were thick boys though.
Yeah, thick boys, huh?
I mean, I got them at Rouse's when I picked up the King. I mean, they were this thick. They were.
Well,
big
Rouse's
boys.
has such quality stuff. You can cook it medium rare on the inside.
Well, and then I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know how. What are fillets? And I was like, just give me 8-ounce fillets, like a steak. Turns out that was way too big for a salmon. I'd probably go closer to like 5 or 6, but it was good.
Hey, you live and you learn, buddy. And you got all those fish oils in, so you're super healthy today. Fish is very good for you, so nice work.
And I started feeling bad last night, probably because I was yelling at the TV. And Victoria's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "That's what I get for eating healthy.
This is
My fault. Not doing it again."
Well, in fairness, you did probably eat a half of a Dr. Pepper king cake before you went to the salmon.
I did. I had that as soon as I got home. Yeah, that was my lunch.
So you're feeling a little cocky now in the kitchen? Or are you going to try to cook anything else this year?
Yeah, this always happens. I'm going to try to cook something else. This time I'm not going to, like, if Alondra gives me advice, I'm going to be like, "Guys, I'm a pro now. Okay? Not going to take anybody's
don't
advice.
Even talk to me about this.
I'm going to screw it up, and then I'm going to stay away for a long time."
Yeah.
That's kind of a repeating process.
He's going to screw it up and be like, "Why didn't I ask Alondra?"
Yeah. I can't wait till next Thursday when we got our Munchie segment and we ask Chef a question and you actually turn his mic off and you're like, "Actually, Chef, let me take this one. I got this one."
Actually, I cooked salmon last week, so We're kind of on the same
I
level.
don't know if you heard. People are talking.
It's good, though. It's perfect.
Laundry, what'd you do last night?
I actually went out to dinner with my neighbors, and we went to Los Reyes.
Okay.
Before that, I went to go see our guy, Dr. Etheridge.
Oh, that's right.
I got fixed up.
You got fixed up.
Well, we'll see, but I'm confident that I'm going to get.
All right.
I'm going to feel okay.
You had to overcome some demons a little bit?
Okay. I did.
Okay, good. You don't have to give details. But
I'll just say I'm not a needle person, and needles were involved yesterday.
So did you get a diagnosis at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff going on back there.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So the diagnosis is all kinds of stuff, but fixable. Fixable before the marathon?
Oh, yeah. I'll be good.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Green light right now. You got the green light?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to be at my peak in a week. So
Boom.
You walk on your back?
probably.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I could probably do backflips.
How did you take in the game last night?
At the restaurant and then at home. And
So wait, where's Los Reyes?
on Burbank. It used to be something else, like lit.
Okay, do they still have the one on Corsi, or did they move it?
I have no idea.
I think that might have been the one.
'Cause you used to have one on
thinking of.
Corsi across
Yeah.
from like the Chimes.
I think that's
on
the one I was
Corsi.
thinking of, yeah. On Burbank, okay. Jit, you get some queso?
Yeah,
All right.
it was great.
And then, so you took it in the restaurant and at home. Taylor, you took it in yelling at the TV, post salmon.
Look, man, I don't know if it was just my hate for the LSU coaches remaining at Ole Miss. Before we went to bed, Victoria said, "You didn't yell a ton, but when you did, I don't think I've ever heard you do it any louder than that." I was like, that's impressive. Because I get after it during football game. That's impressive. So apparently I was more into it than I should have been.
Well, that happens. That's why sports is so great. We can get into it. We can yell at the TV. We're going to embarrass ourselves a little bit, show some emotions. I did not get to show any emotions. I did not do that until late in the third quarter. I think I told y'all, more date nights this year.
Yeah.
You called
We were on
it
a date. It was our first date last night
How'd it
of
go?
the year. It's fantastic. Incredible. Had some great food, had a couple of drinks.
Did you open her door?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just.
100%.
You said you hadn't done it in a while. I was like, let's see if Matt
Well,
remembers.
this is the first time of the year. Early January. But we're doing more dates this year. So it was fantastic. We had a great time. Granted, I didn't know that the first playoff game was on Thursday night until like yesterday morning when I got here to the show. I was like, there's a game tonight? I thought it was all on Friday and Saturday. That's on me. But apparently, according to y'all, what I missed was not that great.
No, you caught the best of it.
Yeah,
If you caught the Ole Miss field goal that banked in and everything after,
Yep.
that was basically
I
the
caught
whole
the
game.
bank-in field goal. I think I caught the drive before that. Where
The
they
bank-in field goal was the only points in the third quarter.
Huh.
And you called everything.
Yeah, because y'all were talking about. I think y'all sent me the time of possession up to that point, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
"Good Lord!"
33 minutes to 8.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we go to break? We will come back. Let's talk all about that game tomorrow. Give you a breakdown of it. Give you a breakdown of how it happened, what we saw, the stars, Michael Irvin sightings. Not as many as I wanted, but we'll talk about it when we come back right here, 104 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right, if you are hearing my voice right now, if you are in Louisiana, I want to tell you about Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. We've all seen the billboards. We know the name. We see the commercials. We hear the commercials. And that is for good reason, because at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, they are here to fight for Louisianans all over the state. North, south, east, west, center, wherever it is. So if something has happened, if you've been injured, if you've been injured in a car accident, if you've been injured on the job, truck accident, motorcycle, whatever it is, let them fight for you. They've been fighting for people in Louisiana for a very long time. So anywhere in Louisiana is your area code, followed by 888-8888. That's right, 888-8888. So we're going to talk a lot about the transfer portal LSU team, and I know that Gordon McKernan is licking his chops for the G team, all the great work they've done there, all the great work they do in the community, but at the heart of everything, they are here to fight for you. GetGordon.com.
troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. But I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here. Off the Bench from the Raising Cane's studio. All right, college football fans, sports fans. We got treated last night to an incredible game, or at least an incredible second half of football at the Fiesta Bowl. Miami Hurricanes, Ole Miss Rebels treated us to an amazing duel, a game that came down to the last minute, last second, the last play. And, man, we've talked about the NFL, like, bringing it this year, all year long. I mean, I gotta say, in a college football standpoint, I don't remember watching a better fourth quarter than what we just did last night. So let's get into it. But before we do, let's make sure we get this thing started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to GoFlow IV Spa. It's GoFlowIV.com. Check out their website, and you can go in there and kind of see all the services they offer, membership details, a menu of IVs that they give out that you can go in there and get today or this weekend. So maybe you have the little case of the sniffles. It's that time of year where the weather's changing back and forth. Your body has a hard time keeping up with it, so make sure you go get vitamins infused, get hydrated. If you got a little upset stomach, they got some for that. If you started the new year working out a lot and you hadn't worked out a lot, you got a lot of soreness, a lot of inflammation, they got something for that as well. So go check them out. They can do it. They can do anything you like over there. If you've never done like IV therapy, go do it. Like, rip the Band-Aid off. Alondra, you said you don't like needles. I got it. But how you feel from when you walk in the door to how you feel when you walk out the door is a huge difference. It's something like not a lot of things like work fast this day and age. Not things work immediately, but it sure does over there at GoFlow IV. So go check them out right there in Bocage off Jefferson Highway, GoFlow IV Spa. All right, Miami Hurricanes, they get it done last night in the Fiesta Bowl to send them to the national championship game. They defeat Ole Miss 31-27. The Cinderella story comes to an end. Ole Miss, LSU coaches can finally come to Baton Rouge and stay in Baton Rouge. But what a game it was. I just told you on the first segment, I didn't watch the first half. I was on a date with my wife. We had a great time. It was incredible. And then I come back home, and we get to watch like an electric. So y'all were talking to me when I got back and I started watching it. And they're like, yeah, Miami's dominating this game. They're clearly the better team. And I'm like, are we watching the same game? Ole Miss is killing it right now. But then I look back at kind of the tail of the tape of the game, and I look back at time of possession. Time of possession is wild for this one, for being at such a close game. Miami, 41 minutes, 22 seconds. Ole Miss, 18 minutes, 38 seconds. Which normally, like when you see that kind of stat, it's not that close of a game. Like, especially, it's not a back and forth game. It's not a game that sees 6 lead changes, 4 lead changes in the final fourth quarter. So you take a look at it. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks real quick. Carson Beck. We got to take our hat off to him. We like to joke around about him a little bit, being a mouth breather. He did deliver one of the best snot rockets of college football season last night after that final drive. They panned on him for too long. They were on him for like 25 seconds probably, close up. And, humans do human things when you pay, especially when it's emotional. So I got a tip of the cap to that snot rocket right there. First downs, Miami had 28. Ole Miss had 23. Miami, 11 of 19 on third downs, 2 of 2 on fourth down efficiency. Ole Miss, 2 of 10. They didn't go for it on a fourth down, but 2 of 10 on third downs. Total yards, 459 for Miami. Ole Miss, 398. Passing yards, Carson Beck, 268. Trinidad Chambliss, 277. It's pretty even from a completion percentage standpoint. Carson Beck, 23 of 37 for 268. Trinidad Chambliss, 23 of 39 for 277 yards. Carson averaged 7.2 yards a pass. Trinidad, 7.1 yards per pass. Rushing, 191 for Miami, 121 for Ole Miss. And what I found interesting yesterday in the game is that Miami defense is good. They're really good. And not until the fourth quarter, into the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, did Ole Miss offense really start getting rolling. I found it interesting that as dynamic as Trinidad's been able to be with his feet all year, he really didn't break off a scramble yesterday that was effective till it mattered the most right at the end of the game. So they did a really good job. I mean, Miami's defense is nasty. They fly around. They're talented. But it was a war of attrition for them yesterday. And we talked about that yesterday on the show, how it was matchups makes fights. And the matchup for Miami's defense against this Ole Miss offense was Ole Miss likes to go fast. And what does that do? It tires you out. And we saw that in the fourth quarter. Ole Miss had the advantage. Even though their offense, and I'm sure the line was still tired, wasn't as tired as Miami defense. And Taylor, Miami was also dealing with some injuries towards, I know one ejection on a targeting call, but so they had two corners right out at the end of the game,
in the fourth quarter, yeah. So one of the targetings was their corner, and then the other corner got hurt right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then their really good defensive lineman, Akeem Mesidor, got hurt like second play of the game. You saw him come up limping, and he was questionable coming in. He hurt that ankle calf area in the game against Ohio State towards the end. He tried to give it a go. 2 plays in, he's done. So they were a little bit banged up. And, Matt, it is weird when you were talking about how good the Miami defense is. Only 1 sack last night. They had 6 in each game. They had 6 against A&M, 6 against Ohio State, only 1 here.
It's hard to sack Ole Miss.
But to your point, it didn't matter because they didn't let Trinidad get out of the pocket and hurt them. So, they weren't getting sacks, but he was throwing the ball in harm's way. They dropped 4 interceptions, and actually Jake said he thought it was 5. So maybe I missed one, but it was at least 4. And 2 were pick sixes. Yep. Walk-in pick sixes. The first one right before the half. Miami just kept letting them get back into the game. That was my frustration last night. If you go back and watch the first half, Miami was doing whatever they wanted. Mark Fletcher seemed like he was getting 7 to 8 yards every time he touched the ball. He's such an underrated back. And then they would go away from it. There was a drive in the second quarter. First play of the drive, 8-yard run by Mark Fletcher. Second play, 4-yard run by Mark Fletcher. 6 of the next 8 plays were passes, and that drive ended in 0 points. That was Georgia's problem. We talked about it like Nate Frazier was running the ball well in the second half, and Kirby Smart went away from the running game. Ole Miss is too good of a team for you not to put them away. And I thought physically Miami had a chance. If Miami would have scored on their last drive before half, if Carson Beck doesn't take an awful sack, it's potentially 24-10 at halftime. And it probably should have been. But Beck took a sack. They had to punt it. Ole Miss went down the field, got a field goal. Instead of 24-10, it's 17-13. And you're physically dominating this game. It was just frustrating to watch, if you like dominant football, but the end of it. 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter was incredible.
If you like dominant, I like that comment. If you like dominant football, and certainly they did. You just look at the time of possession, like I just told you, 41 minutes to 18 minutes in the game. So certainly it was. It was 17-13 at half, right?
Yes.
Is that correct? Carson Beck deserves a lot of credit. The guy has the clutch gene. It's his 7th year, right? 7th year senior. Is that accurate?
Which I don't feel like he's been there 7 years.
I feel like there's some way older quarterbacks out there.
I know he had
a
redshirt year, but I thought it was 5.
Yeah. But he has the clutch gene, and we've seen it throughout this playoffs. A guy that's not known for being overly athletic, certainly doesn't look athletic if we're judging a book by its cover. But he has made plays throughout the playoffs with his legs in crucial clutch situations, and he's been making accurate throws and good reads on clutch downs as well. Now, it might not look beautiful the entire game, but the guy's an operator of that offense. Goes through his progressions, throws catchable passes, and when it's there and when he has to, he takes off and runs, and he's like, and he's a guy that understands the situation, understands the moment, and doesn't slide when he's near the sticks on a big down and distance at a big time moment. And he's done that for a couple of weeks. I was impressed. I was impressed with him against Ohio State, how he did it there. He's lower his head. Okay, I know I'm not as strong or as powerful as the guy I'm about to take on, but at least I'm long. I'm big, right? And I can fall forward and get the first down, give up my body, whatever it takes. But super clutch yesterday. But I got to tell you, I was even more impressed with Trinidad Chambliss and how he played at the end. And I didn't see all of the dropped interceptions, so I don't know how egregious those were on his part. But the way that young man played in clutch situations, being down when have to have it moment, even the last drive of the game before the Hail Mary, like even to get them into that position, making big time throws. And again, I did not see all of the dropped interceptions in the first half, but the way he played in the second half and the way he's played throughout and the progression his skill set has taken as a quarterback and as a thrower of the ball, as a reader of defenses, as an operator of an offense, throughout the season, gotten better, and how he's played in the playoffs. I think he's a first rounder today. I just do. Like, and I'm watching that, and I'm trying, and I'm thinking, I'm watching him play, and I'm thinking to myself, find me a better quarterback right now, like today, not in the duration of the season, but today. Find me a better quarterback in college football than this kid is playing right now.
That's why you have to put Ole Miss away, right? Because he gives you a chance. Like, that's why, yeah, I'll make no bones about it. I wanted Miami to win this game because I wanted LSU's coaches back. Like, anybody should want LSU's coaches to be here. That's why it was so frustrating to watch Miami, because you had chances to put them away in the first half, and you didn't. And when you have a player like a Trinidad Chambliss, you're never out of it. That's why there was 4 lead I mean, Matt, that screenshot I sent you of the time of possession, that was with 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Miami committed 9 penalties at that point. Ole Miss had 2. Miami had 4 turnovers they could have got. They didn't get any. Ole Miss actually won the turnover battle. Like, it was a ball game, but credit to Ole Miss for staying in it. Because, like, if you watch the whole game, you're like, man, Miami's better than we thought. They might be the more talented team here, but hell, like, Ole Miss, they just find ways, and they almost did it again.
Yeah, and like to your point, Ole Miss was, I think they were 0-7 on third downs until like the end of the third quarter. And then I started watching it. Ole Miss had 20 straight passes. Like, I know that Kwan Lacey had a little bit of a hammy issue yesterday after, I think, the long, 60, 70-yard touchdown run, something like that. Kind of injured his hamstring a little bit, but I was like, man, they're clearly trusting in Trinidad Chambliss right now. 20 straight passes at one point in that game. All right, let's go to break. Let's stay on time here, and we'll come back. We'll continue talking about the Fiesta Bowl last night and just kind of what we see and how excited, what repercussions, and what that's going to mean for LSU and its coaching staff right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right, I want to tell you about our friends over at Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com. Look, we know that here in Louisiana, you hear it all the time. You see, like, there's a lot of options for roofing companies. If you have a job, if you have a leak, if you have to get something repaired or flat out get your roof replaced. I know there's a lot of options, but I can tell you there is not a better company out there that's going to provide better service, better customer service than Pelican Roof. They have offices in Lafayette. They got offices in Baton Rouge. So what does that really mean for you? Why does that make a difference for you? So if you call them, they're going to dedicate a project manager to your job specifically until that job is finished. So it's not like one project manager is going to have 2 or 3 different jobs going on at the same time. It's your job and your job only to make sure it's done right, to make sure it's done efficiently and done the right way, so you never have to do it again. So give them a call. And if you have financing, they have financing options right there at pelicanroof.com. Get that started. We know it's a big decision. pelicanroof.com.
As a wise man, I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling, and this is how you remind me.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. 104.5 ESPN right here from the Raising Cane studio, talking about Fiesta Bowl action last night. Fantastic game. We'll continue talking about it right now. I want to get y'all's opinion. We'll start with you, Alondra. How do we think the refs did last night?
I feel like there was a lot of flags last night, but I feel like they were pretty like evenly distributed.
Right.
Like I know that a lot of them got some good breaks, but I can't remember who said it, but in the group chat last night, somebody was like, "Oh, is this did you say it? Is Ole Miss the luckiest team?" Or you said it?
Oh, that was definitely Taylor.
That was a little salty, guys.
Yeah, no, and like for sure at the time it felt that way, but then toward the end it kind of felt that way for Miami as well. Like they got a few good breaks, so I mean, they were not letting them play. I'll say that.
Yeah, it came a little bit of a ref show, but it wasn't.
It was like it was a lot, but in terms of like, was it evenly
distributed?
It was. It wasn't like one team was getting more breaks than the other, but for sure it was a ref show. And we were talking about the targeting during the break. So,
oh my god! But to her point, like they're not calling anything, and in the fourth quarter you start calling stuff.
Right.
I'd rather you just leave it like it was the first three quarters.
True.
Yeah, but like besides the targeting call, there's probably nothing. There wasn't any penalty that I saw. Well, that was terrible call.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Like,
that wasn't PI.
I know a lot of people on the broadcast originally started complaining about the PI against Miami in the fourth quarter. That was the right call.
It was the right call. I mean, it's pass interference.
They were complaining about there should have been a PI on the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
They were hand fighting back and forth.
Yeah.
Like that's just as much offense as it is defense.
Right. Yeah. So like on the Hail Mary situation, I know that's kind of a sexy talking point right now about like should have been PI. Like, and you can almost make the claim that it wasn't really. They were close enough to where it wasn't like a technical like Hail Mary. They could have run like a standard deeper play and try to get in the end zone. But there's never once in the history of football been a PI called on that technical Hail Mary. Like we used to teach that on defense. Like defenders, just go hug them in the end zone so they can't jump. Like just go push them, go shove them, go box them out like it's basketball. So the refs pretty much know. Like if he throws a jump ball in the end zone, I'm not pulling the flag out. That's just like an unspoken rule situation on a Hail Mary. So I like the no call there. I know some people were complaining about it on the socials, on the online, but whatever. Like the targeting call is the one for me that I don't mind them calling it on the field, but upholding it on the review. What is targeting anymore? We don't really know. Like, look, Taylor's got it pulled up right there.
So that's the one that was the ejection.
Yeah, and I
did not get overturned.
I think probably what they hung their hat on and what was the deciding factor on them to uphold it was the quote unquote launch, I guess, because he is kind of moving forward, his feet kind of come off the ground. But the guy's going to make a tackle. He doesn't know where the guy's head's going to be when he clearly turns his head to the side so he doesn't hit him with a crown, or he's trying to avoid him, right? And it wasn't like forceful. And yeah, this was earlier in the game. You can. What is targeting? I don't know. Like these plays happen so bang bang that it's such an unfair situation that these defenders get put in. And then on top of that, the stupidity of the rule of kicking a kid out of the game. Yeah. Like we've talked about it ad nauseum. We talk about it every time it happens in a big game in college football this season. But it continues to rear its ugly head. And it's unfortunate because that was second half. The kid's got to sit out. First half of the national championship game, a starting corner. And then, of course, they come from that play. And then at this point, I think you texted, Ole Miss was down by 4, I believe, at this point. I think you texted the group chat, said it's over. Ole Miss is winning for sure. Because the next play, they get a late hit penalty.
Yeah.
Which was a late hit. You can't. That's illegal. You cannot do that. You can call it soft if you want, but the guy was down clearly, and you launched into the pile and hit him in the head. Like, that's a dumb play. At that point, it certainly felt like Ole Miss was truly a team of destiny, and they were going to figure out how to win a game that they were getting dominated in. And we've seen it in sports. Like, the best team doesn't always win. Miami was the better team yesterday.
Yeah.
It was clear. You could see it by the time of possession. They were better in the trenches. Their offensive line was better than their defensive line. Their defensive line was better than their offensive line. And I saw that they were doing anything they wanted to on offense at the end of the third quarter, even into the fourth quarter. They were doing anything. They outside zone, boom, 8 yards. Inside zone, boom, 6 yards. They were doing everything. They kind of bit themselves in the foot a few times. That's not a saying, is it?
No, I don't
bit
think
yourself
so.
in the foot. I just made it up, though.
Yeah.
It is
Shot
now.
yourself in the foot. is
Hashtag
what
Shot
that is.
yourself or bit
You were
yourself
like
in
a
the
the
ass.
ass. Yeah, you combined two.
I combined two.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
had
want to
it.
say ass.
Right.
You
We
had
did
it.
It's okay.
I had it.
Nobody would have noticed if you didn't do all that.
Well, I want to, want the thumbs pointed to me, want to be accountable.
Okay.
A little accountability.
I like it.
Something that the tripod certainly has.
Yeah.
Absolutely accountability.
But whenever y'all were saying, or when Taylor was saying the game, it did feel like it was very much going in Ole Miss's favor at that moment. But there was still 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And I was like, okay,
felt
but
like
they
frustration
still,
on Miami.
They started praying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Taylor was like, Miami, you scored with too much time left. I was
Yeah.
like, we thought there's 5 minutes
What
left.
is
It's
5
6
minutes?
timeouts.
What I meant was their defense was gassed. You had 2 freshman backup corners in there. Let them figure it out a little bit before you throw them back
The
in the
group
fire.
chat was kind of lit last
And
night.
Ole Miss wound up scoring in a minute and 45 seconds right after that touchdown.
Oh, no
But,
doubt.
I mean, the last drive for Miami, they did not panic. They did not score too quickly. There was only 18 seconds left. That was a 15-play drive, and they got the ball with, what was it, 240? 246 left?
Something like that.
It was a 15-play drive. It was incredible.
Capped off with Carson Beck just showing that 5.2 40 speed.
Yeah.
Scored a touchdown with his legs. I was the more impressive touchdown was the one before that with Malachi Tony doing the wide receiver screen. I texted the group. I said, allow me to introduce y'all to a properly run wide receiver screen. This is how you do it right here when you have a purpose to it.
Yeah.
And you throw it to a wide receiver with a beautiful line of blockers in front of you and let your guy make a play in space. Right. It was a beautiful thing. And he certainly is an electric athlete. He had 5 catches for 81.
Yeah. He was electric.
Yep. And then he scored 5 minutes left, and then Trinidad did his thing. But
I was going to say, we're saying Carson Beck is super clutch, and he is. He has the clutch gene. And they didn't win, but Trinidad put them in a really good position to
incredible.
The last, they had a minute left?
Mm-hmm.
Or
when they got the ball?
less than a minute?
18 seconds.
Yeah.
18 seconds, yeah.
Oh, they had
he hits
50
a seam
seconds
route.
left whenever. Never mind.
And then they called their timeout.
Yeah.
First throws to the 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. You
A
kept
great
everything
throw,
Great
seam
throw.
route,
I'm
the
like, okay.
3-5-3 defense.
You kept everything in front of you, no big deal. Then he throws it to the 35. And I'm like, I don't like this. I'm like, could you stop?
Yep.
Could somebody maybe
like
go,
this. It's looking
could
pretty-
Trinidad get ejected for targeting 2? What are we doing here? Get him out of the game. But
He's too good. Well, guess what? Mario Cristobal leads his team to the national championship. So we'll see who they're going to be matching up against tonight. We will have that answer when they have Oregon versus Indiana. I think we all believe it's going to be in it, but we'll preview that game. But Mario Cristobal, crazy stat here, has the opportunity to become the first person to win a national championship as a coach and a player for the same school. How about that? That's incredible to me. As many great coach players that there's been, as many coaches that have coached at their alma mater. We were talking about, I was like, did Spurrier not do it? But he never won a national championship. As
Kirby at Georgia never did it.
It's crazy, right? So Cristobal has a chance to make a little history, and guess where he gets to do it? Guess where he gets to play that little game? Right there where they have that dynamic home field advantage.
I was going to say Indiana or Oregon, both of them are going to have more fans.
Just remember, guys, Miami's playing in the national championship game on their home field, the same home field where you could get in to the game for $6 pretty much throughout the entirety of the season.
I might go to this one. It's still $6.
You think it's $6? What's the ticket for? We're just going to have a what's the ticket for the national championship game. It's going to be like $7.
It is, yeah.
Yep. So usually you could get into the game for less than the price of a beer.
Guys, if it's $7 a ticket, I'll buy all of us a ticket. How about that on me?
Perfect.
I'm that kind of guy.
Wow, what a guy.
I know.
Hey, if you're just joining us, make sure for today you check us out on YouTube. If you don't normally follow us on YouTube, if you have an account, get on there. Follow us on the Bayou Ford chat, because what we're going to do is the end of every hour, we're going to kind of do our Ask the Bench every hour. So we want to kind of interact with you guys. It's Friday. Why not? Friday, we got beautiful football all weekend. We had beautiful football last night. So let's interact a little bit. Talk to us. Get some questions. So at the end of every hour, we're going to do a little Ask the Bench segment. So we'll come back, and we will get to our first Ask the Bench segment of the show right here, 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
If there was a national championship of plumbing, y'all know who would win? Central Plumbing. Central Plumbing, they are the best. They are the best in the business. They are the best around the greater Baton Rouge area. The Payne family have been doing it a really, really long time. And they've been doing it at the best, at an elite level for a very, very long time. I can tell you from personal experience, the folks over at Central Plumbing helped me fabricate and install an entire food and beverage facility, from water lines to heat exchangers to plumbing to gas lines, whatever it is. They've also helped me at my house with everything that we've done over there. So they can do residential, they can do commercial, industrial, whatever your plumbing fix is, they can do it. And guess what? 24/7 emergency service. So that means if you got an issue, with a toilet, if you got an issue with a dishwasher, whatever it is, at any time, any day of the year, any time of the night, 24/7 emergency service, 225-500-0774, centralplumbing.org.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
That you may never see. There's secrets in this life that I can't hide.
All right, welcome back here off the bench, Raising Cane Studio.
There's a light that I can't find.
I want to tell you about our friends over at Pala. Here in Baton Rouge, we know what hard work looks like, and nobody represents that spirit better than Pala Industrial Contractors. For over 52 years, Pala has been building confidence and building the Gulf Coast with a reputation for safety, quality, craftsmanship that stands the test of time. And we're talking about steel fabrication, y'all. We're talking about precision piping, helical piles, tanks, vessels, industrial construction, maintenance. Pala delivers results you can trust, and invest in back in Louisiana. A 70,000 square foot fabrication facility right here, Louisiana. Licenses in 32 states. Pala is equipped for project any scale, anywhere. And guess what? They're employee-owned, relationship-driven. Go see them today. Visit palagroup.com to learn more. I was disappointed in one thing last night. One thing did not deliver. You could tell that the TV station made it an absolute point to not show Michael Irvin.
Yeah. I
Well,
was
what
here
the
for the
hell?
Michael Irving shenanigans,
I
and
didn't see it.
there
I
were
didn't see
none.
him.
There were no. I don't even see anything on the internet.
Are
I
you
saw
clearly-
somebody post a screenshot of him in the background blurred because people asked if he was there, but I didn't see it live.
They didn't even let him go be a captain with Ray Lewis.
It's unbelievable. They made a point to not show him. I feel like the top brass was like, cut out the Michael Irvin stuff.
That's messed up.
Well, and wasn't because
He's been their biggest supporter.
Yeah, on all fours, barking like a dog.
Eli
Arr.
and Patrick Willis were out there
Spanking
for Ole
stuff.
Miss.
Yeah.
Only Ray Lewis. So it's like
You think he got in trouble? He got a little slap on the wrist?
Or they were just like
Too many.
erase his presence.
Yeah, too many performance enhancers.
they show Taylor Swift 100 times a game, and he's way more entertaining than her.
Oh, my God.
She's just sitting there.
Only like a billion times more.
Michael Irvin's like
Wait.
running up and down the sidelines.
Maybe
That's
not as
way
like
better.
talented, but she is an entertainer. But as far as from watching a football standpoint, she's not entertaining at all.
Like, do I want to see a picture of someone sitting in a suite or somebody running up and down the sidelines? It's
know.
not close.
I want to see somebody just smacking a water cooler.
Belt. Wait, what's that? What do they call it? BTA? Or
BTA.
B2A?
But I've seen both.
I've seen both. Whatever. All right. Let me get the last bench here. This is a great question.
Wait, somebody saying Irving was an honorary captain and came out and shook hands. I did not. I saw that.
I only saw Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Michael Irvin.
They didn't show him on purpose.
Yeah.
As much as they should have. All right, hashtag Ask the Bench. Matt, how far can you nuke a ball in a Hail Mary today, like right now? I can still get it over 50. So I think if I'm in the game, if you snap it if we snap it by like the 45-yard line, going in probably is my max right now. But I throw a decent amount, just like with flag football. I work with a couple of quarterbacks here and there. All right, hashtag Ask the Bench. Who is LSU's quarterback? Currently nobody.
Trey Guerra.
But we do have some quarterback news. So in the next hour, we'll jump into a little portal combat, talk about some updates. And I think we got a quarterback. Certainly got a couple of quarterbacks offered. We got a quarterback on a visit right now. So we will jump into that. I know everybody's dying to hear about the portal. Friday, right here. We'll come back to it. Off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right. We tell you this every day. We talk about K2Z Blinds.com, K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. If you want to upgrade your space, the inside of your house, you want to make it look good, you want to make it more energy efficient, but you don't really know what to do, well, go see them at K2ZBlinds.com or give them a call at 225-791-1220. Brandon, Barton, and his team, they can come out to your space. They'll just take a look around, talk to you about what your goals are. What do you want? What do you like? Aesthetically, what do you like? Here are all the options for curtains, drapes, blinds, shutters, whatever it is. They can help your house look better. And, most of the months we get hot weather around here in Louisiana. They can also make those energy bills go down every single month because they're going to make your house more energy efficient. We talk about the motorized shades outside to turn your outdoor living space into an extension of your home right there. Go see them, K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, K2ZBlinds.com.